Boy, then I'm trying to fuck you, baby. Hopefully we don't have no babies. I don't even wanna go back home. Hopefully I don't see you on your own. Boy, then I'm trying to fuck you, baby. Hopefully we don't have no babies. I don't even wanna go back home. Hopefully I don't see you on your own. Boy, then I'm trying to fuck you, baby. Hopefully we don't have no babies. I don't even wanna go back home. Hopefully I don't see you on your own.
Is he gone? Hurt. Yo, what's good? Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm taking over since this man's channel is dead. Just like me. Alright, anyway, today we're going to be talking about the Alchemist Angels series that I've been working on for a minute. Because, I just put a lot of work into this and I'm just happy to finally bring it to the...
Yo, what are you doing? This is still my channel, bro. I don't care if I haven't posted in a minute. Get the fuck out of here. Just sit there and just relax. This guy. Yo, what is good? Alright, now I know. First thing first, we gotta adjust the elephant in the room. Big Barney in the building. Big Barney in the building. The fuck is he talking about? Big Jack Sparrow with the open chest. I just need the little, like the flare. I don't know what to call it. I just need it. You know what I mean. We visualizing it. So I actually have something to talk about this time, because usually I just hop on here with a topic and then, you know me, topic be here, I'm over there, you feel me? But this time I actually want to promote my Patreon. Big ad, hashtag sponsored by me, the only one that matters. I don't want to touch this camera because I like the way it's set up, but right here, boom. Oh, but I'm here to introduce Alchemist Angels, my new series. Now, technically, it's still within the same universe as my Sinner series. All these characters here, as well as all the characters you'll see in the Alchemist Angels series, are all together in one universe. It's just like, kind of like a prelude to the actual Sinner's events, because this is when Lust first comes to like the mainland, where all the humans are and shit. So you'll be able to, oh snap, see, this man want to get my video so bad. So to give you guys just a very quick, too long didn't read version of the story, because I'll go into more detail on my Patreon, obviously. Basically what happens is Akuma is a demon king. He leaves the underworld, and I'll explain it in the prelude, don't worry. I'm just, this is the cliff notes right now, it's the spark notes. Y'all know damn well you didn't read those books in school, you just went straight to spark notes. So that's what I'm giving you now. The demon king leaves the underworld. Underworld goes crazy. Now the demons gotta figure out what they want to do. Do they want to stay? Or do you want to go live amongst the humans? And a bunch of them had that exact plan, except Lust. When he came here to wreak havoc, he don't wreak havoc the way everybody else does. You feel me? We all know how he gets down. If you follow me, you know who the fuck Lust is, you feel me? If you follow me, you know who Lust is, okay? I don't have to explain him, but the angels I do have to explain. Alright, I'm back. I had a lot of technical difficulties just now. I had to delete mad videos to make storage because I always run out of storage in every video. It never fails. But that's besides the point, because I'm not trying to waste however much time I have left. So what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted was that my new series, Alchemist Angels, follows an endless amount of characters, because I wanted to create a space within my universe that I could literally just feed characters. Like as soon as it pops into my mind, feed. For example, I used to love Pepe Le Pew cartoons as a kid. I don't know why. It was just so fun to watch, and it just made me feel like, yo, like me, like I'm Pepe. For me, nigga was chasing tail. He didn't give a fuck. You want to talk about simp? That nigga was pimp. You feel me? But I let my Pepe Le Pew love inspire this character, Bubbles, in the middle. Okay, editor's note, I just realized that Pepe Le Pew was a skunk and he was chasing a cat. I remember him painting that one extra white line on his tail so that he can be looked at as a cat, and this whole time I'm thinking that he's the cat painting a white line on his tail to be with the skunk. I misremembered the entire fucking plot. And you will meet her in the mid of volume 1. Right now, we start with Pixie. who is my alien princess. And I know this picture is far, so I'll put it right here for you. Boom. So now when I point here, even though it's underneath the photo, you know the vibe. Another example, I loved Mileena from Mortal Kombat, and I love the fact that she had a mask to hide like her teeth. And I just love the design of the teeth. And I really wanted a character like that, especially because everybody out here rocking the masks. And ever since I did, well, I don't have the print up here, but I'll show the print that I did when the height of the protest started. Black Lives Matter, of course. Like, I could really go into that right now, but I don't want to. I don't want to because I feel very strongly about it. And I think that deserves its own video, but I'm not making that video today. So, back to my angels. I wanted a character that was inspired by Mileena, using the mask that we rocking now. And I have all her pieces here. Actually, I was at work and I designed her. Now I'll show you the full sneak peek on my Patreon. If you subscribe to the final tier of my Patreon, you'll get the full story of these and you'll see all the notes. I'll go over the tiers in a second. So this is Kat. This is the character that I have that's inspired by Mileena and the COVID masks. Because this is her teeth and this is the first concept design. I actually did this at work. Like, I was bored and like I had the idea, but I couldn't just wait, But I did Kat, and Kat's not gonna be here till like volume 2. For me, right now we're starting with these 3 characters. I have enough pieces from these 3 characters to fill all of volume 1. I don't need no more. I'm still doing more, but I don't need to do any more. If I wanted to just stop drawing for this volume and then just focus on the story, which is what the plan was supposed to be, I can do that. And for the most part, that's what I'm doing. Because I was very, very productive during most of the quarantine since I was here. Just me and my iPad the whole time. But there's parts in the story that I would love to create a specific visual for. So I'm going back and redoing a couple scenes. Now, speaking of the scenes, I just want to explain how this is gonna look. Now, on my Patreon, the way they have it set up is photo, title of the photo, description. So for every episode that I put up, or every post that I put up, I'm gonna kind of split the volume into pieces. So every visual comes with the dialogue, the backstory, whatever. And then when I post the next scene, it'll be photo, title, dialogue, and then you just have to read it along that way. I'm gonna be posting this weekly, like every single week, maybe a specific day. If it is a specific day, I'll probably do Friday or Saturday. So let's just say it's Friday for this video. Every Friday I'll post a piece, I'll post the story that goes along with it, and then it'll be the visual and then the story. But really, the way it's written is kind of supposed to be the story and then you see the visual, because initially I launched this series on my OnlyFans, but that didn't really work out for me. I feel like anybody who comes to OnlyFans, they're not really looking for art, they're looking for like my body, which is like my body is art too, but that's not the art I'm trying to promote right now. So I had to bring it from OnlyFans to Patreon. So you can really just take it in however you want. The visual is there, the words are there. So I hope you can just follow along with the story, and then you'll have the beautiful visuals to go along with it. Now, volume 1 follows my 3 characters, Pixie, Bubbles, and Nekoma. And Lust. Lust is in pretty much every scene. Well, not every scene, but he's in every episode, every volume. Lust is there because Lust is essentially our main character. We're going to be following Lust along his journey to meet all of the angels, and each angel has its own idea of love, idea of intimacy. Like, for example, I'm sure most of you guys know love languages, or at least a couple love languages. Their love languages are different. You're not going to see like straight sex scenes with Bubbles, but you're going to see some straight sex scenes with Pixie. Because Bubbles is more about quality time, and someone like Nekoma is more physical touch, So depending on which angel that scene is focused on, you'll get a different form of like intimacy, and you'll get just different scenes altogether, because Nekoma scenes look nothing like Pixie scenes, and Pixie scenes look nothing like Bubbles scenes, you feel me? And as we go along, I'll add a lot more characters and I'll dive into a lot more kinks and stuff. Like, I have another character that's all about like male humiliation, like she's a dominatrix. I haven't really, like, she's just pieces in my mind right now. I haven't jotted her down because I'm still focused on volume 1. but I can rant about this story for a while because I have like 13 pieces done already for this series. I'm just crafting the story as we go along. So to save the rest of the story for the people who actually come to my Patreon, I'm gonna just focus on the tiers. All right, now let's take a look at my Patreon real quick. Like I was saying before, let me just show you the formatting. It's piece, then there's title, and then there's the description. So I'll show the visual for the scene. I don't know, let's just say volume 1, scene 2, something like that, right? And then the description will be the actual storyline. Or what I'll do in the title is maybe I'll bring the last line from the last episode, or just continue. I don't know. We'll see, because the whole point of me telling the story on Patreon is because I want you guys to be a part of the process and see it as it goes along. Because by the end of volume 1, I'm gonna go in and like make edits, move scenes around, whatever, blah blah blah. But I just want you guys to see it as it happens, because you know, I'd love to get your feedback. I'd love to get your suggestions. I'd love to get your suggestions on new characters. I'd love to bring some of your ideas and your kings to life into new characters within, you know, the next volumes and stuff. So I'm really just trying to do this alongside you guys. All right, so if you go to my Patreon, and the link will be in the description, the link will be in my bio, the link will be everywhere. Trust me, you're gonna see the link. But if you don't, it's patreon.com/AfroArtisan. It's right there on the screen somewhere. Now, if you go to my Patreon and you click become a patron, boom, it'll bring up the tiers, and I'll go over the tiers right now for you. Tier 1, Sinner. This is where I will be posting all of my art regarding my main Sinners universe, like all the characters, Lust and them. I have so many characters, I'm not gonna list them all. So yeah, this is where all the main Sinners universe stuff will go, and I'll list off the benefits for you right now. So the benefits for the first tier: access to like the high quality photos, like straight off the iPad stuff. Like when I post it to social media, the quality goes down, and I hate that. So this will be like the perfect place for you to actually see the art the way I see it, like on my iPad, the way I sat there for hours at 3 a.m. in the morning redoing lines over and over to make sure this one line is perfectly straight, and I don't have to worry, and you don't have to worry about going on Instagram and that one line that I did for like 2 hours is now blurry as hell. You feel me? Second bonus you get will be the time lapses for the Sinner's art. Now you can comment on the stuff that I post and say, oh, I want to see the time lapse of this. Like I'd love to take requests. I'd love to take requests on which time lapses to post, because I can't just post all of them. Like I would love to post all of them, and if y'all want all of them, I'll post them all. But for the most part, I'll just post like ones that either have a lot to them, or that are just important to the story, or that are just fun. Like this last Pride piece I just put together was really fun to put together. So I'll gladly put the time lapse up there, just because it was weird. I kind of did it differently than I usually do, mess with some textures, and you know, I'll post that. But for the sake of time, let's move on to the second tier, Akuma's Angel. Now in this tier, this is where you'll get access to the full Akuma's Angel series. You'll see the high quality photos straight off the iPad again. You'll have access to the story. You'll be able to comment, leave your critiques, leave your compliments, all that good stuff. You'll also get the time lapses for the Akuma's Angels pieces. Now those get a little hot. Sometimes I use references, so you'll be able to see the reference that I used in the time lapse, and you'll see sometimes those references are a little crazy. And sometimes the references have like nothing to do with the final product, because that's how it is for a lot of my art. But it'll still be fun to see where I got the idea from. And within each next tier, you'll also get the stuff from the previous tier. So if you subscribe to the Akuma's Angels tier, you'll get everything from the Sinners tier. If you subscribe to the next tier, which is Akuma's Accomplice, you'll get everything from both those last 2 tiers, as well as 2 more things. In this tier, you'll get a 50% coupon every month from my website. Like as soon as the month starts and you know your subscription restarts or whatever, I'll email you a 50% off coupon, so you can go to my website and just grab all the art that you've been seeing, just like scroll up and down your Patreon feed, you can grab it and put it in your house. Or, you know, if I have merch, because merch is coming, trust me, the merch is coming back. You'll be able to get 50% off merch. Or if you love my poetry, you can get 50% off the book. And the other thing you'll get within this tier, and I'll probably add more as we go along into each tier, but for now, the other thing you'll get in this tier, along with everything else from the last two tiers, you'll get exclusive behind the scenes content, such as cat storyline that I drew on these freaking post-it notes at work. I still have to take these and completely revamp them in the on my iPad in Procreate and all that, and make actual real pieces. But since all this is gonna happen for volume 2, I'm just kind of putting it all for now. So the only way you'll be able to see cat stuff is if you subscribe to the Alchemist Accomplice tier. You'll also see stuff like the first concept drawing for the dominatrix character that I was talking about yesterday. Right now she doesn't have a head, but like you can still see the idea, you see where the piece is going. You'll just get a bunch of unfinished pieces that have never been seen before. I don't know when I'll ever finish them, when I'll ever put them up. This is probably the only chance you'll be able to see some of my work or some of my pieces until maybe months later when I finish it, if I finish it at all. And I'll also talk about, you know, what kind of printer I have, what programs I use or brushes I use. I wanted to really open up my whole process within this tier. Now I feel like I've talked y'all head off enough. If you want more details on my Patreon, just go to patreon.com/afroartisan. You can head over to my Instagram, it's the link in the bio. There's a link in the description. The link is everywhere. Patreon.com/afroartisan. Hopefully I see y'all on Patreon soon. Look out for the new series. Coming to a theater near you. I couldn't even finish that dumbass joke. I'ma just dip before I get another storage message, because I'm gonna be tight. So, Barney out.